How to do. For the record, CJ doesn't do lives on Wednesday. That's why I'm on. One more thing to bring down. I think we're ready. Oh, right. I can hear myself. I'm back. I slowly lose my mind. Pause that so I don't listen to this. Alright, that song. Can everybody see and hear me? Because I just lost everything on here. What is going on? That is not what I wanted. Why are you doing this to me? Whatever. So I guess I don't get the pretty music in the background for me. Alright. Yeah, and I still couldn't find everything I needed, so I'm hoping I can work with what I found. Because apparently the molds I bought decided to go missing. I can do things that I would not, so I usually don't, though. Alright, let's get this stuff plugged in, and then I can actually start. Yay! Ah, now we're going to have to move this. This is what I get for not being ready before I hit live. At least there's no power tool, so nobody has to freak out from the explosions. Alright. Phone 1 plugged in. Phone 2, which is almost dead because I haven't been home all day. Alright. Can? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, that wine glass is boring though. It's just plain. If I was to do anything fun with them, I need paint on them first. So I don't. The closest lathe I have, I wouldn't put a bowl on it anymore, but I'm never far from one. Right there's my mini lathe that I actually started on. I keep it in my basement. It also weighs 110 pounds to pick it up. And it's solid metal. But tonight I just wanted to chill with some resin. So that's what I intend to do. And did I bring that other thing down here? If I didn't, oh well. I swear. Today has just been insanely busy. But I got a lot done, so hey, go me. Alright. So part 1 of my evil idea for said wine glass. I need a itty bitty cup, some sand, and a lot of UV resin. Just really, really hard to do without being able to hear myself or without hearing the music, because I don't know if it's still working. But got a little sand. Really happy I was able to find that. And then this is some UV resin that I'm mixing together. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to make CrimeCon, but if I do, yeah, seriously, like, what are the shirts supposed to look like? Because I'm intrigued. I just don't know if I have vacation time to be able to make it and the money to get down there this year. Come on, cat. I cannot wait to get internet here so I can actually do this a lot better. Poor duck's jinx. Really bums me out because I actually had molds for these that were actually for wine glasses to do what I want to do, but this is going to look funky, but it'll be a proof of concept and something I can do at a later date once I find the right molds that I know I have. By the way, the mold's just a little piece of silicone the glass is sitting on, because I was going to do a couple of them tonight, but not now. I could have swore I brought that dude down here. Oh well. If I have any left over, I'm going to have to run upstairs and find my little Lego guy and cast him in tonight. I'm going to try to make it look like there's like a little ocean scene around it with some resin once I get this in there, and this resin will actually harden up with a light that I have sitting over here. So just got to spread some of this out so it doesn't overflow the edges. It also has a very unique odor. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just kind of, that's different. And now for the waiting game. At least I can watch chat while I do this. This resin hardens under a UV light, which is what this flashlight puts out. So once all this hardens up a little bit, I'll be able to mix up some more, pour it around there. I'm going to add some different colored blues. And once I'm done, I'm going to have to sand off the little lip that's down here. But for a proof of concept, I'm kind of okay with that. And actually, we're going to do this right. It's actually basically the same thing. I might try to get 3 or 4 colors into it, just different shades of blue and green, but this is small, so it's kind of hard to pull that kind of thing off. Actually, I think I have one over there that I did manage to pull off with an ocean-looking scene. I think I can get 4 shells on that. In that, I should say. What lights? Okay, yeah, that's already hard, so use a bit more to attach these guys down. Here comes my dog to say hi. Maybe. I mean, you got to be careful with your eyes around them, but other than that, I don't know of any dangers with them. Yeah, and this stuff actually is basically the same type of material that you would put on fake nails to make your own if you wanted to. I'm just going to get these guys stuck down with a little bit. Nice thing is, as it hardens, it'll level out on its own. And I actually do have something I made that does have a full-on beach scene right over there. So I'll grab that here in a minute because it came out really nice, even though it ended up being too small for what I needed it for. So I'm going to have to figure something else out to do with it because I put too much time and effort and love into it. Eventually, I'm going to make some end tables for my bedroom and do a beach scene on both. I actually have a model nuclear submarine upstairs I'm going to have to put in it too, because why not? Color Street's got good stuff for making nails and that kind of thing. Not my cup of tea, but I've heard good things about it. I mean, I'm at enough craft shows to where I hear the good and the bad about different companies, so I apologize. This is the boring part. But if you want to get near my feet, SRB, you're more than welcome to. Especially if you can give me a good foot massage, because they're killing me right now. Doesn't help that I live in work boots during the winter. If I would have a little more time today, I would have been out in my kayak this morning. I might do that tomorrow morning once I get up for a bit and then come home, lay down, and go into the best job ever. Really, I wish I could do this full time because this is more fun. Alright. Cool. That one's still a little soft. Because once this is done, I'll actually set this outside in the sun, and the sun alone's enough to cure this the rest of the way. But it takes several hours, and this is the quick fix for the light. Yeah, but I just don't have a lot of extra money with everything else I'm doing to spend on me, so I kind of just suck it up and deal. I mean, heck, I need to get a new laser program so I can get. Oh, my other one's got off too. Apparently, my cat's mad too, but I don't even know if that'll show up. Kinda, but I need to get the program to be able to engrave that better. But yeah, so for starting off, that's going to be our little beachy zone. Set that over there for a minute. Is that really the only mixing cup I got? I'm a genius. I didn't grab anything smaller. Okay, we're going to do a big batch. I swear I had that Lego guy. Where did I put it? Oh well. And we need some glue. Some other glue. And that should work for that. I got a stick. Now we mix the resin. A lot of instructions say pour the hardener into the resin, but I find it mixes better if you do resin into the hardener. So I do what I want. And this is some of the nice stuff too. It mixes at a 1-to-1 ratio. So I just 4 ounces of resin, 4 ounces of hardener, mix until clear. Man, stuff's getting old. Cap don't even want to come off anymore. Might be another reason why that bowl blew up, which is why I don't want to use this on the lathe anymore. So I'm finding other projects to use with it. Any day now. Any day now. There we go. Three ounces to go. Well, this will take about 2 years. I say it all the time, Jinx. But I've also been working with resin long enough to where I have everybody kind of comes up with their own tips, tricks, ideas, and how they want to do it. So this is definitely going to need a heat gun. If this would pour right, it wouldn't be this thin. This is going to trap a ton of air. So I'm actually going to have to fire up my heat gun when I'm done to get all the air bubbles out of this pour, which is great. Actually, no. If I have denatured alcohol, I've heard that works even better. Come on. You're almost there. Come on. I hate to say it, but I'm wondering if this stuff is just shot. Most of them would not. I've actually dropped my resin bowls many times because I use 2 of them on my display when I'm at craft shows. So they're actually pretty. They're pretty durable. What happened on the lathe was the resin started cracking, and at that point, Unless I could have a button to instantly stop it, there was just too much force for it to want to stay together. So I'm going to mix this off camera because it's too awkward for me to stand up in that weird position. And then see if I got denatured alcohol. I know I got some outside, but I don't want to go outside. Come on, SRB. Well, the real question is, once I get the rest of this mixed up, poured, and everything else done, do we want to play on the laser, which I don't have my tablet down here. I got to run upstairs for that. Or I can unplug the phone, run up to my barn, and fire the lathe up. If anybody has preferences, let me know. Yeah, this is just one of those things I do just because it's extremely relaxing to me. It's kind of nice to just sit here, mix up some resin. It's very chill, very relaxed, no power tools, and just make some art. See, Phantom gets it. I do what I want. All right. And if y'all ever want to get into resin, once you get it mixed up fairly clear like I've got it, don't mind all the bubbles. You want to make sure you scrape the sides, scrape the bottom, and just really make sure you mix this stuff up good. A lot of companies will tell you mix it into one container, put it in the next, or put it into a secondary container, mix it in there, and then like what I'm going to do and put this into little cups after to add color that way so I can have different colors. Why do I believe that about you, Phantom? Or Jinx? Hold my beer. My problem is the hardest drink I do is Mountain Dew, and I don't even have any down here. That's how well prepared I am for today. I forgot to grab my drink. Can't find my molds, can't find half of what I wanted to use. Oh well. Basically, it's doing exactly what I'm doing here for the other part. Not this part, because this is a different type of resin. But what I'm actually mixing is essentially the same stuff as what you do for a resin top or resin countertop. I actually have a tabletop I made with resin and wood that I'll pull out here once I'm done with this stuff. Because now that this is mixed up, I have a limited amount of time until it actually hardens and is useless. So I gotta stay moving on this one. Yeah, my dog just came in to say hi, and he left. The dog's mad at me, apparently. Wonder what I did this time. Alright, I need 2 of those little guys. It's just doing countertops. It requires a lot more than the volumes I'm working with today. That's the other trade-off, and this stuff is not cheap. And lately I've been having a hard time finding the good stuff that I like, so. All right. That might drip over there, but it's a workbench. It's supposed to get dirty. Means I use it. And now we will Add a little bit of pigment to each. Way too much. This stuff you got to be careful with because it actually, some of it does contain microscopic metal. So you want to try to make sure you don't breathe too much of it in if it gets in the air. And no, I don't think I do anything that doesn't have some level of danger. But the powders work so much better than any alcohol ink I've ever used. They give you a three-dimensional look to it that no liquid pigment ever can. I did, and I did answer about that. I have dropped a lot of the bowls I've made in the past. I've never actually broken one from dropping it, including other resin bowls that I have made successfully. I actually used two with my displays at craft shows for two different sizes of tops I make. So, needless to say, they get beaten around pretty good because they usually ride in the back of the truck, and I just throw them in a box when I'm done. And I'm not the gentlest on them, although I do try not to, like, you know, bash them around like I don't care. But when I'm packing up after a 6 to 10 hour day, after working 12 hours before, I'm usually ready to get home. Yeah, I would definitely say they're on the stronger side. They're a lot harder than wood is. That said, it also depends on how thin I actually take the walls. That's why I try to leave them about, I've never actually measured it, but I try to leave them about 3/8 to 1/4 inch. Anything thinner gets a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find it. Brittle. So that's one. But you know, I mean, that's anything though. You make it thin, the thinner it is, the more brittle it gets. So yeah, fragile, brittle. But now we're gonna add the darker blue out here. I'm hoping I got enough to fill the void around the edge as well. I'm also guessing on how much resin this is going to take to fill the coaster mold. And then we're going to top that off with this. And as it sets, it should actually mix up a little bit. But you want the lighter colors where the water should be thinner. So that way you can get the effect of like it looks deeper on the outside than on the when it's closer in. And actually that's almost perfect for what I wanted. I'll use this to push some of that out. And shoot, I forgot to grab white alcohol ink. So I gotta run upstairs and see if I can find some white alcohol ink. Because if I can actually add some waves to this. So I will be right back. Oh, it did cut my music. All right, well, see if I can get that back on a little bit. Whatever. Well, I've got a lot of it, Jinx, and I know where to get more. And I can make a whole bowl with anything like that. Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta grab something else. Well, I might have struck out with everything else, but at least I found my ink and my Lego, dude. And I gotta pause this again because I hate the sound of my voice on here. Alright. That ink's been sitting, so I gotta shake it up a bit more. And I also found my drink that I left upstairs. Well, isn't everything better with bacon? Granted, I'm one of those weird people that doesn't like beer, so there's that too. Oh, wow. Okay, then. Well, you guys know I can't go a live stream without using at least one lathe tool. Apparently, I didn't have this open, and I don't have my knife in my pocket. So, the lathe tool it is. Alright. I didn't cut it deep enough, but at least I found a straight razor when I was looking for that. As I drop it. I swear I need to clean this shop more than outside. You'd think the one in my house would actually be organized. Of course, the last time I really did serious work in here, I lost a fingertip, so actually to the saw I have right over there. So yeah, ever since then I haven't spent a whole lot of time in here. Alright. I'm going to scooch this up a little bit. I try dropping this down so you guys can really see what my heat gun can do. Alright. Well, it was a brand new blade. I barely felt it when it happened. Best part is I still bump it every day, and it reminds me to slow down every day. Hurry. Come on. Go into the power strip. Come on. Plug in. Thank you. Alright, if this is too loud for you guys, let me know, and I'll use the mic while I use my heat gun. I've got all 10. See? 10. I'm just missing past my nail bed on that one. So I said part of a finger, not my finger. If I was going to do this for a tabletop, I would actually do this in 3 or 4 layers and then get progressively lighter per layer. So that way the bottom would be the darkest, and as I add, it would continue to get darker. It gives it more of a 3-dimensional effect. Where did I put that thing of ink? But yeah, it's making ocean stuff can be quite addictive if you actually get really into it and start to really look at everything you can do with it, because it's just fun. And I haven't been to the ocean in years, so actually the sand is from the last time I was at the ocean. I can't wait to go back. All right. Okay. That's looking pretty good from there. So now that's just going to have to sit overnight to fully harden up. That way, because I can't do much more with it now. And then what I'm going to do is put another thin coat on the top of that tomorrow, or maybe by the weekend, I'm not sure. Depends on when it's actually cured up enough for me to be able to actually do it. So a lot of times with resin, it depends with temperature, humidity, all that fun stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, that's a resin coaster. I think most everybody saw my little Lego dude. He's going to be my temporary mascot when I go to shows, mainly just moral support, so he'll sit there and make me smile. So what I'm going to do with him, because I don't like to waste resin because it's expensive, we're just going to permanently encase him. And once my custom guy shows up, I'm going to do the same to one of him or one of those guys, because I actually ordered more than one. And if I actually get them, then I'm probably going to order a few more, because I've got a few other ideas I want to try. if you ever watch other people on YouTube, you can use what they call a pressure pot, where you pump it full of compressed air, and it'll help get rid of all the bubbles. I don't feel like dragging everything down here to put everything in a pressure pot. I do have one. I also have 2 vacuum chambers. Those are fun to play with. So thank you, SRB. If I could have found the ones I was looking for, they're round and have kind of a rough edge to them. They kind of look like they might be a piece of stone or something. And that's why I'm only doing the 1 wine glass tonight, because I actually want to use those for them instead. But I also want to be able to go live. So, and another thing I'm going to do tomorrow with this, I'm going to mix some more of this lighter blue and pour in there so you can't see the base of the glass at all until the stem hits. And I'll use some UV resin for that, so I can pour it and set it basically instantly. And then I'm going to do another clear coat top where I don't put any color at all, just make sure everything's filled up to the brim, nice and level. Make sure everything else is anchored down good with the seashells and stuff. And yeah, that one will probably be for me, just because it's got the round coaster or the round mold on it. But once I find the other ones, expect to see them available. I know there's another way of making them. I don't feel like trying it because I didn't care for the way they looked. But you take the same type of deal. Pardon the paper noise. And me pulling the price tag off the bottom real quick, because I don't want to admit that I actually get these from Dollar Tree, because I'm cheap while I'm learning. But you can do the same effect inside of the base there. You just flip it upside down. And my dog's in here, so if anything crashes, his tail's deadly. But you can use that in there to make like an ocean and beach scene or anything you want, and it doesn't take very much at all. Then you just set them upside down to let them dry. A day or 2 later, if you do everything right and it stays flat or slightly concave, and you flip it over, you can see it from the bottom. Okay. Freaked me out for a second, but I got so much glue and crap on this workbench that I'm not surprised. But thank you. But say other ocean projects I have done that I have here, since I'm where it's at. This was going to be my nightstand top until I realized I made it too small for what I wanted. But, and I also had to include my little nuclear submarine in there because I'm a nerd. And a shark. But I wanted this to be bigger than it was, and I had to make the mold to hold all the resin in here custom, and totally messed up because I got way too excited and didn't think it through right. So now I've just got a really pretty tabletop that I'm trying to figure out what to do with. Yeah. Well, I do actually make beach-themed coasters. My mom's obsessed with sharks, and I don't have any here, but I've actually bought shark's teeth in the past and put them into a coaster, and she actually has it in her office right now, and I put a little red ink in with the blue for the ocean water and the shark's teeth to make it kind of look like a shark attack, because that's her twisted sense of humor. And if you're listening, hi, Mom! Always got to throw that out there when I'm talking about her. But yeah, so why is that? Because we all live in a yellow submarine. It's a good song though. But I forgot they are actually the ones that sang that. It's a very fun song, though. And actually, at work after CJ's lives, I've been listening to a lot of World War II submarine stories lately. So very fitting for my latest obsession. I got to get some more air pockets out of these. Oh, my dog is whining. All right. Oh, dang. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. Who wants to go jump out on the lathe? Lathe or laser? Because that's all I got left to work on for now. Give you guys a minute or two to put your votes in. CJ had some stuff up on it. Although, if you want, all it is a short one. We're about 45 minutes. I gotta run my mud out, and I'll be back down in a minute. And we can. So let me know what you guys want to see. And while I'm up there, I gotta grab a tablet and my hotspot so I can get some stuff pulled off the net so I can get it set up and ready to go. I'm back. Sorry about the wait. Went outside. My dog's throwing up. Joys of pet ownership. Alright. Well, I gotta move some stuff out of my laser because it's on the table directly behind us. The rest of my practice wine glasses. Another custom coaster thing. Ooh, I was looking for some of these. If y'all didn't know, I print out and laminate every 10 kit instructions that I need. This is all stuff I needed for the resin minus the acetone. That's for glass, slate, basically anything that's not wood that I put on it. So I got to clean it before I can paint stuff. That's going to be the glass we're going to hit. And everything else is going to be put together now. So we will turn you around. Just so I don't make you dizzy. You guys like my singing ability? Alright. Should be good for that. That didn't work. Now I gotta get this set up for wine. Well, I knew something was up when I let him out and grabbed everything I needed electronic wise and stuck my nose back out and saw him eating grass. So I was like, all right, but at least I got a rope I can tie him up outside, and he's already rolling around being silly, so who knows what he does while I'm gone during the day. I really think he does stupid stuff like that when he's home alone because he's mad at me and then he just ends up making himself sick. He's a special boy. I don't think my dog gets into my cat's litter box, but I could be wrong because it's downstairs and usually he's, well, like when I'm at work, I mean, I'm gone basically 13 to 14 hours. And I live alone, so, you know, my girl lives an hour away, so it's not like she can just swing in to let him out for me while I'm at work. And especially with gas almost hitting $4 a gallon here. That was ridiculous the other day. I missed the days of being able to fill up and complaining about $2 a gallon. Sorry, SRB. Yet you're into true crime, really? Then again, I have freakishly strong stomach, so there's that. I'm right there with you. I wasn't old enough to care when it was under $1. Just because I'm that much younger now, I have to say this. That sounds like back in the ancient times. Oh, I didn't realize I had one of these. Well, since I got you guys live, which shape do you, SRB, which shape do you like better? I've got a taller one, and I got a shorter one. Don't matter which, they're both ready. These are the only two I have prepped. And it would take a long time for me to paint stuff up. That's why a lot of times if I say I'm painting when I'm live on CJ's show, I'm usually paint. I got a bunch of coasters to get ready, as well as wine glasses. Works for me. Did I unplug the wrong one? Yeah, probably. It would probably be about the extent of my intelligence. Yep. All right. I love my laser, but sometimes it just confuses me. Please go big enough. Please go big enough. Please go big enough. Hey, it did go big enough. Yay. All right. All right, that's locked in. Laser on. Hotspot on. So I'm going to have to log into my email to pull something out off the net before we get this thing rolling. Hey, I offered to do a coaster too. Even though you don't use them, some of them still come out really pretty. If he was in here, he'd totally be freaking out a little bit, but if he ever comes here back home to, or back here to Ohio, I'm actually going to give him that, and I got a couple other things that I got bored playing with. So, moral of the story is get friends with me, and if I'm figuring something out and you got a logo and something you're trying to do, I'm probably going to very well might just do little things here and there for you to see what I can get done. And while I'm into my email and stuff, I'm not going to be showing anything. Once I'm done with that, I'll get this tablet where I can show you guys what I'm doing. Not that the people in here I don't care about, it's the other ones that come after. Internet, refresh. Yay, it's already open. My other phone here. He always says he's going to come into my live, but he never does anymore. It's like, what the heck, dude? Aw. Yahoo logged me out. That's not cool. I don't remember what my password is. Does anybody remember what my Yahoo password is? What was he frustrated over, Kelt? I missed that. He's tied up outside because he threw up. Softwood 69. Is that a band? Yeah, it definitely takes a minute coming off of StreamYard. It took me about 10 minutes to get the first one up, and now I just kind of do what I need to do. But definitely a learning curve, though. Why is Yahoo not working for me? Come on, Yahoo, I need access to my email. That'd be a hoot, Kelton Jinx together. This is getting annoying. Just let me in already, Yahoo. It's not that hard. I just want to check my email. Yahoo space mail search. Ah! Need that higher. I can at least do this while I'm waiting. Alright. Do we have a set right? Yes, we do. Alright. That's better than me. I kind of fell asleep while muted on CJ's. Seriously, why is Yahoo not opening? Why? Why? Thank you. What? When I woke up, it said it was muted. And I was like, oh, shoot. Happened again. Then I get jumped out because I was mad. It's what happens when I sit down. Hey. Cool. And I just saw the response I needed to see, so now I know I'm not going to get in trouble for using this live. What? I don't want that. Alright. I gotta say, this is really hard to do without a keyboard on this thing for some reason. We'll save that. Okay. I think I've got it. Now let's go to Xtool Creator. By the way, this was the greatest Christmas present I've ever bought myself. Love this thing so much. I'm not going live or I'm not going on panels with him anymore. Then I'm tired of this. You guys just make fun of me all night now. I should go fire up the chainsaw and let you guys listen to that for a few minutes. Okay. Now I need to laser cylindrical. I don't know how well that'll show up, but that's everything I'm looking at. And now I need a couple of measurements, which is a pain to do when you're trying to do something round. I should definitely get a tape measure for that. Yes, I did. For the record, I don't snore. That actually was my ceiling fan. Oh, hey, Danielle's still here. Figured she was still mad at me. And this will start the I'm not mad at you. Alright. I'll call that 31 because I don't want this to overlap. And now to get into the technical details. All right. And that is in the chuck. Diameter is 320 millimeters. Power output for glass for the optimal range would be, looking at this wrong, 100% at 42. So we highlight that, 100% power, speed in millimeters per second. Change this to 40 because it's close enough to 42. 40, not 840. We got that. $320. And yes, don't mind the, as I change numbers, this thing's going to jump all around because I got to make sure everything's going to fit. I might need to make that a bit smaller. Go 60. That should fit nicely. So back 60. For the record, that picture is in proportion to this whole setup, so that's why it goes small and looks weird. All right. That's not right. That should be 320, not 120. Oh, wait. That wasn't the diameter. That's what I need that for. Alright. So I always triple check everything before I put it into the next screen. And now we will... Oh, shoot. That ain't gonna work. Cancel. I gotta change something else. Ooh, no. I don't need to reflect it, I need to turn it. Alright. That should work. I want to check one other thing that I usually do and wasn't thinking about. Turn the sharpness up a little bit and see if I can get this to... I want to lighten this up a touch. Because doing this, I don't always get a great... That looks better. I don't always get a great gradient between the colors. So now we just do this. And everything's loose right now. Once I actually set this up to burn, it'll hold this thing, lock everything into position but I can't move this, which is why I'm got to make sure everything is good before I hit start. All right. Again, I don't know how well this is showing up, but as long as this red laser doesn't leave where I want it to burn and everything looks good and it doesn't hit anything, that's all I'm checking for during the framing stage. Then we just come up here because everything looks good. I really hope I have that image going right because I'm going to be sad if I mess this up. Then I just hit this little button right here and it does its thing. So it'll take about 28 minutes to get this done. So I'm going to sit and chat while you guys enjoy the view. Right after I turn my hotspot off, it's almost dead. And so is my phone, but I can't get it to, I don't know the cord long enough for that. All right, I'm just going back to chat. That is the taller one. At least what I understood you to mean by the taller one. If I grab the wrong one, I can redo it on another one. Like I said, I get these from Dollar Tree, so I don't really care right now. what I use to get my stuff done. You do a little resin too, Danielle. Don't be saying you don't. Just because you're too scared to do it without me doesn't mean you haven't done it. Well, the thing is, the one I've got on there, the whole glass is taller and it's fatter. And the other one is thinner, but the glass itself is taller. So I would think they'd hold about the same. It's just two different shapes. But if I put this image on backwards, and it is the wrong one, then I'm still good. And when I say backwards, I'm not kidding when I say I can't engrave something backwards without realizing it. Because it's totally a mirror image. It looks fine from that side, but that side's no bueno. And it made me laugh when I saw it. I'm probably going to give it to CJ as a joke. So. That coaster's looking nice too. Can't tell if I got this right yet or not. I'm all nervous now. I gotta say, I love this mini keyboard for this tablet. It makes doing this so much easier. It's also why my little metric tape measure lives on my table. Once I can get them to burn right, I can also get little wine glasses ready, or shot glasses rather. But I can't get them to hold right, so I got to figure something out. Me? No, I ain't wearing nothing. I'm also have my back to the laser while I'm letting this run because I've got my other phone behind it, so I don't actually have to look at it. Usually what I do is go in the other room and just pop my nose in about every 2 to 3 minutes. But I wobble a bit. My phone's that I'm streaming on is down to 23%. Yeah, no, my back's to it. Or I try to keep like my arm or hand between it and my eyes. I need to get some more safety glasses for it because they have to block a certain light wave and it gets complicated. So I just need to grab a couple more because I can't find the ones that came with it. Then I actually have 2 other lasers besides this one, but this is definitely the nicest. Actually, my dog took one eye from me. What did that thing do? I might have this backwards. I just might. I could be a smartass and go grab my welding hood. I am a former welder too, for the record. I know. And like I said, if it don't work, I got another one right here. And 3 more if I have to. Thank you for yelling at me, phone. Apparently I didn't have my one part all the way plugged in. You want to see interesting outcomes? I can make some interesting outcomes. That might or might not work. Sometimes you put a block of wood in the middle of the glass, it'll start smoking. But I do have a stemless too, if you'd rather do stemless here. This is backwards SRB. And it's about the same size as both of them too. And while this is going, just so I can pimp a little bit more what I do make wine stoppers that have wine stoppers or wine stoppers with corkscrews. So if you guys ever do go on a vacation like what SRB did and then send me the picture to have the wine glass burned, if you want, grab some sand and I can mix sand and resin together, make you a wine stopper from that. If you want the wine, like 2 wine glasses, I can do that too. Just little keepsakes and stuff like that. So I know my mom and I, anytime we go to the beach or anything, we usually grab a bag of sand or something, and then we'll make something to, like, for everybody that went that year. Now that I play with resin, that's, look out. It's addictive. Yeah, SRB, I am working on getting a website up. And the nice thing with the wine stoppers, other than the T handles, I can make just about any shape you'd want. Once I got my website up, it will be released on Facebook, and it'll have most of everything that I make on there. Plus, I'm always willing to take custom orders. Like, I'm actually waiting for somebody to let me know when they're able to meet up this week that placed a custom order at the second to last craft show I worked. And yeah, so I'm always willing to work with people. Like, I actually have somebody from CJ's group. I'm not sure if she wants me to make it known or not that is interested in getting a pen from me, but she's just holding off right now because she wants to make sure they got enough money to where she can afford to get something fancy. So I actually have it sitting out of my inventory, waiting for her to give me the go-ahead to invoice her, and once it's paid, ship it out to her. So actually, sometime soon I need to get to the post office and get some boxes to ship stuff. I didn't say it, SRB. I didn't say it. I haven't heard either, because I'm weird about when people ask for stuff about saying who it's from unless I have permission. Like, I actually have a bold video that need to edit down, but I can't get it on the software I like to use to do that. So once I do, I've actually something they used for the lady that runs a lot of my vendor shows I work with. I think she said it was her niece that got baptized. They used the bowl to pour the water over her head, and then they had me make the bowl because they wanted it out of wood. and they asked me to put her name and the date of her baptism in the bowl. So I used my other laser that's about this big but nowhere near as nice and burn it in just to, I mean, I had never tried it, so it was one of those, okay, we'll give it a shot. So I tried it and it worked. But and once I get everything set up and put away in here, I'm actually going to have a room dedicated to my lasers, since I do have 3 of them now. And for me to be running all 3, I would actually need a phone, an iPad, and this tablet, because I'll have to have their own independent device to control them. And yeah, what I'd like to do sometimes is just knock out a bulk order, but I also do stuff like custom poster burns, stuff like that. I've actually got, I think it's, yeah, they are still over there. I gotta do this without bumping anything. Come on. Sorry if I'm blocking anything, but I've also done those guys. I got a set of 4 I did for me just because I thought it was awesome looking. And they came out absolutely amazing on the slate, so I was just like, cool. And then I also have ordered in some slate cheese trays I've done my logo with. So I got lots of stuff, lots of ideas, lots of stuff coming out. It's just a matter of finding the time to do the new stuff while I'm trying to build up inventory, because I'm going to have a storefront now, a bunch of other stuff, which I just saw the store today for the first time, which was nice. I didn't know that. And thank you. Yeah, I'm just, like I say, I'm always working on something, and I usually have, for the project I'm working on, I probably have 3 or 4 more in the back of my head that I'm kicking around how to do at any given time. And I know sometimes I look like I'm a bit scatterbrained, or I get an idea on how to do one thing and I drop everything else to do that. And then, yeah, it's bad. I didn't know that. Granted, I'm not up with everybody's personal life outside of TJ's show. It does make sense with the way you, I think that was you the other night saying some. I just thought you were being, silly. I didn't realize she was actually your daughter. not getting the smoke like I was hoping for. I got a hint of it. Yeah, Danielle's usually not too far from the streams when I do them, considering she's my girlfriend. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to admit that, was I? But no, I'm waiting to see when I get yelled at for that. But yeah. So anytime you hear the fan going in the background on one of CJ's shows, you know what I'm doing. I'm not going to get yelled at in the chat yet. Kind of sad. Yeah, don't get me started. Oh yeah. We're about 3/4 of the way done. While that's finishing up, I don't think Cassie's ever actually been in one of my lives. Maybe one, but I really don't. I can't remember her ever being in one. Could be mistaken, but my memory's not that great with names, so there's that. But I gotta go grab some hot water to get this thing cleaned up once we're done. And that image is officially backwards. I can see it now. If I could panel tomorrow, I would show no mercy. Unfortunately, I have to work. Unless I call off, which I consider every day. But I'll be back in a minute. Chat check. Then I gotta grab one other thing from upstairs. Yeah, that image is backwards. We'll have to redo this one. Well, I don't want to stop it at this point because I want to see what it's going to look like. So I have to go in and change anything I can. But that's what you call a trial run. And what I was concerned about, that's burning a lot off that I don't think it's going to look good, but we'll find out once I clean it up. Cleaning it is fun. Alright, now to find out what I missed. Oh, I know. It's the same thing in woodworking. There's no such thing as a mistake you can't recover from. Yeah, I want to check and see a couple other things. I don't like how it's taken all the paint off right through here. Trying to not get burned because this thing will burn you bad. I know because I was curious about how bad it was, so I cranked it up one day and held my hand under it. Yeah, it didn't take long. Yeah, I was getting everything I needed to clean this thing off because I got to get that paint off before we can see how it'll really look. The nice thing is all I got to do is reflect the image and remember that I needed to not be able to read the words. Kind of sad CJ hasn't jumped in here yet. It's a very, very, very nasty compound called dihydrogen oxide. You got to be very careful with it, but it does the trick quite well. I think I actually have a video of me running it under dihydrogen oxide, so let me see here real quick. If I do, I'm totally going to interrupt this too. Yeah, I do, right here. Let me get the sawdust off my phone. There we go. Good old dihydrogen oxide. And this is literally the easiest way I've found. Wait, Kilt, did you get the dihydrogen oxide count joke? Because if you did, I'm actually impressed. Most people look at me and go, huh? I don't know much about you, Kelt. Actually, I don't know much about anybody that's in here, really, other than we're all fans of CJ. I'm not sure how many hardcore Star Wars nerds are in here either, but did anybody see the new episode of Mandalorian? Because that was nuts. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, you're almost done. You're almost there. Come on, you got this. I see a couple of tweaks I want to make before I flip this around and try it again. If you guys want to see it done again, I'm probably going to do it on the live. If you guys need to go to bed, I get it. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm right there with you, Jinx. The only reason I still have my Disney Plus subscription is for Star Wars. But after the last couple movies, I was 1 foot out the door, and The Mandalorian show is what pulled me back. But I'm still skeptical about everything. But I've liked most of the shows they put out, so I'm kind of... Yeah, that's the only reason I even have it. Because I'm crazy. Yeah, I hear you. The original trilogy will always be the best. This thing ain't done yet? I thought it would have been done by now. It said estimated complete time, 28 minutes, and I'm already at 32. Oh, 31 to 58, 31 to 59, 32. You're talking about them, right, Jinx? Not me, because I'm out there. I mean, heck, I'm looking at my lathe down there and just realized I have one of my shotgun shell magnets sitting on it, and I didn't even realize I ever stuck it on there. Now I'm trying to remember why I had it on there. You done yet? Oh yeah, where's that at, Jinx? All right, let's go drown this glass in some dihydrogen oxide. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see in the bucket if I do it that way, so. I love these magic erasers. I'm gonna have to refine the video. The dude recommended using a Mr. Clean magic eraser, but don't buy the brand name. Buy the off-brand. Because he was absolutely right. Ah. All right. Well, kind of hard to see. Looks a little rough, but I don't know how well that'll show up for you. It's definitely on there. Definitely looks good, but it'll need cleaned up further because I usually hit them with glass cleaner after. And I'm going to have to change a few measurements for the one I'm going to do right. Don't mind my cat in the background. She's about to go into heat, I think. Let me see if this helps it show up any better real quick. There we go. Like I say, this is just the first round of cleaning. I will hit it with some glass cleaner. I just got to flip a few things around. I said she. It's not that flat around where I'm at. Nothing like Indiana. Do that. Rub it in, Kelt. It's where I'd rather be. Make sure you watch Star Wars, Jinx. Why? Because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Alright, there's that. I need this. Hey, the original trilogy is the best. So go 4 tonight, 5 tomorrow, 6 the night after that. Although I don't mind 1, 2, and 3 too, but 7, it's a redo it. We'll go with 288. You guys are making me feel like I'm a baby. $157. Not quite. We get 100 to fit. 100 should fit. Yay! $100. 177, that'll fit. Right, I need to... Okay. I'm not sure if I should be insulted by that or not, SRB. I hate being young. I'd rather be old and wise. Framing time. I don't like that at all. Framing again. Okay, that's too big. Alright, boring part's over. And this will be significantly bigger, which means it's probably going to take about an hour. But this is, everything's corrected. It should be good. Now I want to see if I can light a pen blank on fire, because it's always fun to try. That little piece of black palm. Yeah, I'm starting to see that. But I'm also finding that I'm able to do more and more every year because I'm getting better with time management too. So, there's perks to everything. And for the record, this coaster is looking amazing over here. That ink started to rise up a little bit, and it's giving just a perfect little wave effect like I was hoping for. Just throwing that out there. Still way too wet to pull out, but yeah, so that's where I'm going to be until it's done, and then I might head out to the barn for a little bit because I don't care. It's nice out. Unless I decide I want to slash some logs, because apparently I'm good at that too. I'm guessing she meant Kylo fanatic. That's already looking better. Cool. Oh, this over here so I can lock my battery. It does spin. It's just for every pass that laser does, it only engraves like a couple thousandths of an inch. So what it'll do is it just barely moves, but every pass it'll just I'm gonna move more, but like after every pass it'll do something like that, but it's very, very slow. Because when I was hooking it up, when I was changing out the wires in here, it disables the motor that runs this bar back and forth and puts the power to that rotator. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting process when you're learning how to do it, especially when you have no experience. You just bought a laser and started playing like I did. Granted, this is my third laser that I have right here. Definitely by far the best one I have too, but it's it had a learning curve too at its beginning. Just like everything I do, because even with my lathes, I'm completely self-taught on how to run those guys too. But yeah, I'm always trying to learn something new, otherwise I get bored. And once I get a couple other things done and I can get internet in the house again and the program I need to really get this thing to maximize what it can do, look out. Because there's an aftermarket software I can use to run this, and it is so much better than what the company provides for free. I had a quick trial of it I used for a minute, and they let me do so much more. Like I can actually use this to burn wood to actually cut it instead of just engraving. I have never heard of that before, folks. Never, ever, ever have I heard of that. But I definitely can see that being interesting. I might need to go look some of that up to get an idea of what it's really like. Oh, we're up to 2.5 of 0. Or 22.5 of 0. Like if I had the other program that I could run this with, I could hit skip white space, and where it's not engraving, it would actually run faster, which is why I really want to get that, because that would save so much time. If anybody wants to have some fun, CJ's, if you have his personal Facebook, he's active now, but he's ignoring my messages. Well, I am trying to do this as a potential future business, so if I can save any time at all, it's definitely worth it. Plus, it lets me do a lot more with all 3 lasers that I have. Like my smallest one, which might actually be right over there. It's going to be getting a workout here soon because I want to engrave all of my wooden bowls that I make with my logo on the bottom. It's not ever here. I actually don't know where it's at. That's a problem. Okay. Woo! This is a learning curve bowl too. It's all warped. Yeah. I just found a crack in it, picking it up. That's the woo! My first attempt at turning green wood. Did not know what I was doing. We'll definitely do it again, just not with something I spent that much money on. Now I'm going to get back into here so I can actually keep up with you guys since you're rolling. Yay, 2022! I never thought to look up fan fiction for Hunger Games. That was a good. I also read the actual books that was based on it. The movie did a fairly decent job of staying true to the story. I thoroughly enjoyed both. Joker! Hi, kitty cat. You gonna come here? Oh, I already confirmed that, SRB. I might burn one backwards once, but it will not happen twice. Prequel for what? Hunger Games? My resin guy's almost hard. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that book now. Oh, this is one I wish I could run a lathe while this thing's running, but my little shop's not big enough to do both. Mainly because I'm concerned about sawdust getting in the air, because this actually is a fire risk if I. That's why when this is on a laser day, I don't leave the room with the laser for the most part. The SRB, my trick is I'm an Audible addict. I think I own close to 600 audiobooks now between iTunes and Audible. And if I would have known about Audible sooner, I would have never spent the money on iTunes. Yeah, granted, that's all I listen to at work because I'm big into military history and Star Wars. Obviously, I've got a ton of Star Wars audiobooks, and it helps me get through the nights at work. Otherwise, I'd be going off like I did the other night, and everybody thought I was actually got hurt. Like I had 3 people come running because they heard me yelling from across the shop because I was ticked off about all the GS. See, I could believe that with you. This is crazy. I've never had resin set up this fast. I'm kind of excited. You're easily distracted, Kel. I was thinking about what guys back in the 90s wanted to have done. And no, I'm never going to let it die. That was too funny. Well, it also helps that I'm partially dyslexic, so reading in me is actually very difficult, and I don't remember it nearly as well as if I listen to it. So it kind of helps me a lot in that respect too. Something else I don't really talk about a whole lot. I just want to say, looking at this coaster again, it looks so good. I'm really excited. Hey, somebody disappeared. Who left without saying goodbye? I can email you a picture of when it's done, SRB. Like I say, I'm chilling down here till this is done. And if you take off, I might just end it and I'll send you a picture of this when it's done. And if you want, I can do the resin trick with the face of this once it's done and I find the right molds. So I can do a little ocean scene like this. If you want seashells or anything, just let me know. But I'll definitely have pictures of the wine glass that I've got for me up on Facebook probably tonight, which is before and after when I pull it out. Oh, I've got Danielle's number, so I just text her if she's ignoring me on here because she doesn't always want to reply. But yeah, so yeah, just let me know if you want the ocean treatment to the base or not. And once I find those molds, I'll show you what the shape will look like. Because I personally think it'll look a lot better than the square one, but that's all I could find. And it's like, I said I was going to do Resin Night, so I'm committed to that. I want to try it. It's the best I can do. So I'm trying it. But I didn't realize you were a fellow night shifter. What the heck? That tells me who's left. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I will probably chat with you all tomorrow on CJ's show since he won't come in. I want to know why he's ignoring me. I've literally hit his personal Facebook page like 2 or 3 times now. Yeah, well. No, 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 no. I'll get lonely, Kel. Please don't leave. I'm about to go fire the lathe up. I need someone to watch if I blow something up in my face again. Alright, have a good night, you two. Apparently, I'm giving him so much grief later and tomorrow. He ain't gonna hear the end of this one for a while. Nighty night. Either way, I think 2 hours and 38 minutes is enough. So I think I'm gonna shut this down while I finish watching this thing burn because my phone's low on battery. And yeah, so with that, don't forget to like the video, share the video, all the typical stuff everybody asks, completely free to do. Like the Facebook page, I've got everything listed on my info on here. And yeah, anybody in the future, if you see this, as long as the Facebook page is active, I am actively trying to get business, and I'd be more than happy to either hop on the phone, which my number's on Facebook. Very happy to work with anybody to figure anything out. Any special requests, anything like that, bring it on. Always happy to help. Yeah. So with that, I wish you all good night. Okay.